Cool. Are we already recording this
Yeah,
now?
we're recording now.
Nice. So you're recording the process.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's what I thought. Like,
Yeah.
let's just record the process. So, let's take turns. Like some just detailed questions or big questions, small questions, whatever.
Or
First,
words.
let's just do question. Oh, words. Fine. Words
I wanted
or
to
questions.
give you words. I have a first word for you.
Tell me.
Role models.
If it's yours, you should write it in your handwriting.
Yeah.
If it's mine, I'll write it in.
Role models.
Then we can remember.
Like these are kind of like words or questions.
Oh my god, I could talk about role models for
I want
days.
you. I want you to talk about, but we're gonna give it now in the jar.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we don't know when it's gonna come up.
Right.
Great. All right, let me think. Word, phrase, up. Why do people not enjoy selling themselves?
Ooh.
Selling yourself.
Have you read the book The Soul of Money from Lynn Twist?
No.
Lynn Twist, she is like
Oh my
since
God,
the 70s, she's been working on the Hunger Project. So in
Okay.
the 70s, there was this movement, and I think it still exists, to end world hunger.
Okay.
And she talks about the soul of money, and a very interesting topic, chapter in the book is scarcity, and the scarcity mindset and all of that. So related to that, I want to ask you or talk about like kind of like this continuous striving for more, like more
Oh.
money, more influence, better position. Like when is it ever gonna be enough? Like
Okay.
is there ever a level of enoughness?
Is there one word or is there a question that you can distill that into?
Probably like scarcity versus sufficiency. But I'm telling it now to you in case I forget what I meant with
yeah.
that.
And we have this recorded, so.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to talk about all of these.
We have
This
to
is
meet
so
now
good.
every week. Then this is now our new thing.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about. You just triggered it. Kind of. I mean, there's so many money topics, but I recently learned something that was so new but so obvious. So, Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller, and this is such a cliche. Giving. You know about my tattoo, right?
I vaguely remember it. Give, yes, yeah. Yeah.
Right? I want to talk about giving. This is such a cliche. John D. Rockefeller he's one of the richest men in history of all time.
Right.
Like if you look at what he's worth as a percentage of GDP, he was extremely rich. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And he self-made. He was completely poor growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about giving, but you think, oh, it's a cliche, a rich guy talking about giving. But no, he gave ever since from his first job. It was a habit for him to just give money from whatever he earned. So imagine a 14, 15-year-old broke boy growing up in poverty. His first paycheck, he was paying some percentage of it to charity, to the church. And ever since then, he continued giving throughout his life. And he's one of the people who has given away the most money. If you just look at the amount of money he's given away, 508, almost 600 million in his time, which was 19th century.
Yeah,
$600 million today, if you imagine what that was.
Yeah.
So anyway, the idea of giving, and what made me annoyed a little bit was I never learned it. And maybe that's why I'm not rich. Meaning, like, and it's a common thing, not just Rockefeller. Most rich people that I know who are healthy and rich and happy and rich, they're givers. So shouldn't that be a lesson? Give. shouldn't we teach, like the thing that I was saying before, I was annoyed that my parents never taught me that. They taught me the opposite, which is save.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a more common thing, save. So if you're taught to save, you're taught to just, it's the opposite of giving, I feel like, almost.
It's so interesting that you say that you never learned that, because I see you as a very giving person.
Well, because I've learned it from these role models,
Yeah.
I've learned it and I put it here.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was annoyed was I didn't learn it when I was young. That's why I'm annoyed. But let's not be annoyed at past things.
No.
But yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you see that.
Well, you're
That
one
means
of
I'm
the
doing
most giving people
Oh
I
my God,
know.
yeah.
Seriously.
Interesting. I never saw it as that.
No.
But yeah, let's save it for the give episode.
Okay. Well, of course, I want to talk to you about belief. I want to talk to you about if you believe in a higher power, and if yes, what it is, and kind of like if you do, what you get out of it, and if you don't do, what you don't get out of it, or what you think you're missing, or you're not missing
Yes.
anything. And I keep it on purpose. I'm not using the word religion because I think religion and belief, they don't always
Oh.
are the same thing.
Now that you say that, I'm putting religion
Oh yeah, okay.
as one. That's gonna be one conversation because I've been thinking so much about this word.
Oh, I talk a lot about this in my blog.
I think I have a unique take on this, or an unusual take on religion and belief. So we'll put both of these in here. But I'm only putting this because you said you didn't want to use the word religion. I want to use the word religion
Yeah.
about a. Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, religion has its place, but not always in belief.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah. And then I also want to talk to you about, now completely switching topics
Good.
again, which
I'm switching
is
also.
I discussed this with Katja, our common friend, that we believe that blogging has a revival.
You mean text?
Like, meaning that you send out something to some people without having the social media effect that anybody in the world can see it, anybody in the world can comment. That we're going back to kind of like that, hey, I made this, you feel free to enjoy it. But it's not on social media, it's more like one-to-one interactions.
Okay.
So I want to talk to you about blogging versus social media.
Oh, great.
Oh no, I chose the red one.
That's fine. Okay. This might sound boring, but I think we can make it interesting. I want to talk about sales versus marketing.
Yes. What do you mean boring? That's like, that's
It's
been
not
my...
boring. Yeah, it's not boring to us, but somebody watching this now, this is, I don't know, sales and marketing.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to, we can stay a little bit on the business topic.
Yeah.
Intuition in business. Numbers or facts versus intuition.
I just wrote a blog about this.
You
Blog post.
did?
Mm-hmm.
Have you published it?
Yes.
Oh. Because I was an intuition coach for CEOs reached out to me, and he has this program, but I'm not taking it at the moment. But it got
Wait, did you
me-
say intuition coach?
Yeah.
That's the title.
Not sure if he really calls himself that, but his program is CEO for CEOs and leaders using their intuition.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I had a really interesting discussion with him, like on LinkedIn email, like LinkedIn mail, that I am struggling with this also, that, you know, I have this heavy spiritual side and like intuition and this, but then I also have this heavy business, numbers, facts, revenue kind of side. And sometimes I struggle to combine those two. This is like my new goal for the next years. Because I've been living, there have been times in my life where I lived more in the spiritual woo-woo world. And then there have been times in my life just recently where I lived only in the hardcore material business growth world. And those extremes don't work for me. So I'm now really trying to find a balance again between those two. And I had this balance before.
Okay. I want to talk about business communication. The way a business communicates its purpose, its mission. Being able to describe what they do in one sentence.
Okay. I don't know if you realized it, but Korean culture, they've had like there has been this surge of music and cosmetics and movies and everything coming to the Western world now. And I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm really much into K-pop.
Okay.
I find, I mean, many like Asian countries are close to my heart, but I want to talk to you about Korea.
Okay.
South Korea. Really random.
No, I love it.
Korea, K-pop, K-beauty. Because I'm mentoring somebody, and she works in the K-beauty business.
Okay.
And it really got me thinking. K-movies. What your take on that is? Or your opinion?
Okay. In that case, I want to talk about digital reality versus physical reality.
Ooh.
Actually, I have one already. I want to talk about food.
Oh.
It's the importance of understanding that our physical body is literally a pile of food that we've eaten. So isn't it? Do you believe you are what you eat? Again, cliche. I love noticing the obvious.
Yeah.
But the cliches became cliches because at some point they were truth.
Yeah.
And then we got bored of them, so they became cliche.
Yeah.
So think about a cliche like you are what you eat.
Yeah.
That's not some poetry. You literally are. This used to be a piece of chicken. This used to be a piece of bread. This was a banana, and now it's this.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Good, interesting topic because I'm currently trying out a program which is called the glucose method, which is about having even energy throughout the day. That you don't have the ups and downs.
It's so important. I'm gonna write this down because we don't know when we're gonna select this. So I'm gonna write the glucose method down. I want to ask you about this.
Yeah, I love it so far.
What the heck is the glucose?
It's by the glucose goddess.
Okay.
Weird name, but she's great. I want to talk about one of my favorite topics in the world, which is pets. I want to talk about pets. I kind of like maybe about the psychological benefits or also disadvantages of having a pet. And why humans? Why do we have pets? Why do humans keep pets?
Okay. I have one that I think should be the last one to go in. So I think you should go next.
Okay.
Because I took your turn anyway before.
Yeah. I want to talk about the topic everything is a remix.
I like it.
I'm not going to say more.
Okay. And the final one.
What is it going to be?
We need to talk about why somebody watching this should work with us, should hire us.
Oh.
I want to talk about why. I want you to just sell yourself.
Okay.
To me, and I'll sell myself to you.
Yeah.
Why somebody should work with us.
Right.
Why work with us? Simple. And it's also a challenge because it's not easy to... Yeah, it's not easy when you haven't done it.
Yeah, but
So-
it's also not easy if you've done it, because you
Oh,
become a different person again.
Oh, okay.
That's something I realized. Like I'm selling myself now differently than I did 5 years ago when I started as an entrepreneur.
So next time we're gonna pick one, and then we go.
We go.